my book entitled The Monster in My Room.
Rosa Booker is a Seattle-based author. Her debut novel, focused on mental health awareness, took her 10 years to publish. Now, she's focused on getting it into the hands of readers.
My name is Rosa Nicole Booker, and I am just someone who grew up in the greater Seattle area, in the South End, and developed my passion for writing. I love relationship building, getting people together, and I'm really interested in opening people's minds to mental health awareness. What really got me into writing and becoming an author was back in the 4th grade, which is not that long ago. Maybe it's a little bit ago. I loved reading, but I was really having a hard time finding a book that fit me, that fit my life, or that I could really find myself in. And I made a declaration to myself as an 11-year-old, 4th grader, or 10-year-old, however old I was at that time, that one day I was going to write a book that spoke to me. This is the house I grew up in. I remember waking up in the morning, walking to the bus stop and catching the bus to Hawthorne Elementary. And it was there as a 4th grader that I decided I was going to be an author. I was reading during the reading period, and even though I enjoyed the books that were available to me, I really determined I wanted to write a book that was written for me, that would speak to me. Very independent as a 4th grader, as a little kid. I grew up fast. But I was raised here by my parents, who really instilled in me the desire to be able to do whatever I wanted to do. They really brought me up with a sense of independence and a sense of I can do whatever I put my mind to. What I mean by a book that spoke to me is a character that I could find myself in, a character that I could relate to, scenarios that matched my life, my circumstances, the people that I knew, the places that I would be, or even just things that I wanted, even if they weren't exactly my life, but things that I wanted in life and a future that I could see myself in, particularly helping me heal, feeling like I'm not alone, feeling like there's someone somewhere out there with a story that is similar to mine. So the book, The Monster in My Room, deals with childhood trauma. I related to that in a really real way during that time, even way before I turned 10 and well after I was 10. I needed something. I needed some sort of safe space, a safe place, a refuge, and I just wasn't finding that. And I feel if I had had something that let me know that I was okay at that age, middle school would have been a lot easier. High school would have been a lot easier. And honestly, I think it would have shaped a lot of my decision making during those preteen and teen years. The reason why I named my book The Monster in My Room is because a lot of people are dealing with scary things in life, right? And we know those as monsters, right? So kids, there's a monster in my closet, there's a monster under their bed, or I close my eyes and I'm seeing scary things, a nightmare, right? A dream, a nightmare that's scary to you. And we think of monsters as it's a movie, it's fake. But some people are dealing with really real monsters in their life. And in a way, some people might think of the title as the monster being, whatever it was that happened to you, a person that wronged you or harmed you, a situation. So even though this book deals with childhood trauma, I really wrote it for people that have dealt with any type of trauma, someone who's lost a loved one or just going through their own personal depression for different reasons, for someone who feels alone, they can't make friends for whatever reason. Certain people, different groups get discriminated against sometimes all their lives. So I think of the monster as what you're left with. The monster in your room is not that incident that happened to you, but it's what you're left with as you go into the world as an adult, as you go into your workplace, as you develop a family or friendships, or just enter into the community. And how do you how do you deal with that, right? We're putting on this facade. I really want that monster in the room, in anyone's room, to be addressed so that they could start fighting it face forward.
You thought of all this in the 4th grade?
I did.
As a man reading that book, you're so used to being prideful and so used to being, I'm the man, I gotta do this like that. And you're reading the words off the page. It's okay to have vulnerability, okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have hurt and pain, but it's at the same time, not letting the hurt and pain define who you are moving forward.